what is it, 8 or 10 days on the show? Like no phone, no.
A day too many. A day too many. A day too many. That chicken and water wasn't cutting it for me.
Hey, we've been better out going out and hunting for our own.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
And besides the food, what was the other things that were some of the most challenging parts of being on this course? It's like 8 days or 10 days. What was the most challenging part for you guys?
Well, I'm a clean freak, so like I shower at least twice a day, and you didn't have that. The bathroom situation was like it was bad.
I think exposing yourself in front of the ladies, because you think about when you get ready to put your clothes on, you just take your clothes off, and you got to realize this ain't an athletic dorm. This ain't an athletic where there's other guys, there's young ladies, and so you have to be respectful. So and plus having to ask someone to go to the bathroom with you because you couldn't go anywhere by yourself.
Yeah. It was insane. I mean, definitely showering in front of Tyler Cameron, I was like, oh, he was respectful and turned his back, but when he showered, I tried to make a peek here or there. I ain't gonna lie.
That's funny, yo. And it's crazy because I haven't seen anything for season 2, but I saw season 1, and they're like, if you're not doing it fast enough, they'll be like this, faster, or they'll make you do things. I'm like, yo, this show really brings out a lot of, oh, Robert, what you about to say, Rob?
So you think about having to take off wet clothes, how hard that is.
Yeah.
They yelling at you to take off your wet clothes. And, you know, I'm 6'10", and so you got young ladies over here, and you got a camera in your face, and you're trying to take clothes off without trying to hit anybody or show anybody something. And it was so hard, and they just steady yelling. I got to a point where I just like, do. I'm not going to listen to you because I can't go any faster because I'm not trying to have my privates on TV.
That could be trouble, though. That could be trouble.
They didn't pay us enough for that. Oh.
I know. Actually, it's like all the show is about pride. It's not even about any money. It's about pride, but it pushes people to the limit mentally, physically, emotionally. What even made you guys want to do a show like this?
For me, it was the last show I watched with my parents, and I knew that they would be able to watch it, so it was a way to connect and for them to feel like they were still a part of the everyday life that was happening. So that was by far my #1 motivator.
And how is it when they see the show? What do you think they're going to say when they see it? Because it's going to roll out September 25th. What is they going to say? What Pop's going to say? What Mom's going to say? Give it to me.
They're going to be so excited because like they're going to get to sit there and watch it. And I think just seeing that I'm continuing to put one foot in front of the other, I think it's just going to be really motivating for them and hopefully gives them the strength to continue to get through each day.
And continue to get through each day. This bond, I'm seeing it now, but was this a bond when you guys were filming too? You two?
Yeah. We slept next to each other. Yeah. It was our sleeping buddies.
Yeah.
Now you in nice clothes now, right? On the red carpet. Then you weren't.
Yeah, it was so funny because I was trying to be so respectful of her, and then all of a sudden you roll over and you see her looking at me, and we start just talking to each other, and we developed this little friendship that was actually really cool because I knew who she was, but I didn't know her story because sometimes you don't want to talk to people about these stories, but she was forthcoming, I was forthcoming, and I kind of made us have a special bond.
Did you know, like I said, did you know who Big Robert was? Did you have to Google it?
Okay, so when I found out he was on it, because I did some digging, right? Like before the show, I found a list, and I was like, oh, this is this person, whatever. I told Grayson, the 17-year-old, and he flipped out. He was like, are you kidding me? Do you not know who that is? He was like,
I'm on it.
he is like, he's the greatest human being ever. And so it was really cool sitting there listening to his stories of people he played with, like his best game, his worst game, all the cool stories. But also I feel like you learn a lot about someone when you hear about their trauma and how they endured it. And that was the coolest part, was just seeing that like everyone has their own shit that they struggle with. And it's a daily battle, but somehow you figure out how to put one foot in front of the other. And hearing his story, it's like, just hearing him talk about his daughter, and then I look at my situation, I'm like, you know what, at least I still have my parents to go and talk to. They may not be here, but at least I still get to, and it just puts everything into perspective, and I just left having so much respect and love for him that it's insane.
This show puts everything in perspective, and I'm glad you told me about his bond because this is a champ. This is a champ right here. So, champ, you've been going to the finals, you done did championship. How would you compare this to this show? How would you compare that?
You can't compare it because I knew my opponent going in. You didn't know what task she was going to do. You think about it, we blindfolded. All of a sudden, they rip it off, and you standing like over this gorge. I don't know how, like 600 feet down or whatever it was?
Yeah, it was crazy.
And it's like, walk across that. I'm like, no. So it's just so many things that, you were unprepared for, But a couple of things you was like, okay, I can do this, like the marching in the hills. We've done that to train, like, and, we get ready for a season, but not with a 35-pound pack on your back. not in boots, not in the snow. It's so many elements and so many aspects that came into play that it made the whole challenge difficult, but in a little way fun.
See, it sounded like Rob was saying no to a couple of things. And in season 1, you can't say no. Like I think it's called staff. You got to say yes, staff, no staff. So, Rob, were you like giving them a hard time? Were you the one getting disciplined? That's what I'm hearing right now.
No, that wasn't me. It was just one task. And I think, it was the very, 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 very first task. And the whole mindset was, okay, you go down, you go across the trapeze. But my problem was I couldn't get through the damn hole to get down to the platform. It took me 5 minutes to get through the hole. And
I saw him like
I'm like this struggling, and so my whole mindset kind of changed after that. And I'm like, they ain't prepared for me. And so it kind of threw me off a little bit, yeah.
And that leads to my next question. Was there any injuries? Because I asked Angela back then, and she said, yeah, I kind of injured a little something. Do you guys, because there's some crazy challenges, did you guys, I want to know exactly what you're saying. You're smiling. Tell me about these injuries.
I have an injury. I can't feel my big toe, but that's because they put me in size 14s and I wear a 15, and I was determined to wear their boots and do the show the proper way. But other than that, I didn't. Just being sore each and every night. Other than that, I had no issues.
I mean, I just left with some bruises, but it's fine.
She's like, there's some bruises, but I'm fine.
You said tough cookies? Oh, she left her cookies on the dam. Yeah.
Oh, well, okay, that's my thing. I was like, they did not pay me enough to get this puking shot of me going all the way down the dam. I was like, nah.
Did you ever want to quit? Like, was there a point where you're like this, I might have to tell you,
Hell yeah.
Well, it got to a point where she and Brian and I sat together and we talked. And we kind of talked each other off the ledge, and we all kind of stuck around. But then I think Brian and I deuced her out and left her on her own.
I know. All my friends left me.
When this show comes out, you guys, what do you hope America learns about you that they probably didn't know about you guys?
I think for me, it's just like life's been really challenging and it's been really difficult, but even in the midst of the difficulty, I chose to show up. And I think I just hope people learn to give each other some grace, because you never truly know what someone's going through. And even though, sure, like both my parents are sitting in federal prison right now, but that doesn't give you a reason to treat me like I'm a piece of garbage. And, people don't have to be their mistakes. People don't have to, and that's the biggest thing. It's just maybe open your eyes to something other than yourself and see what's impacting others.